Okay, guys. I have read a bit more of Les Mis. So I'm on page. Let's see. I'm on page 135. I've read the first three books in the first part. So this has 5 parts, and then within each part there's different books, and then within each book there's chapters. So I have read the first 3 books of the first part of the novel, and the first part of the novel is called Fantine. So it's about Fantine, and I have only just met Fantine. The As I said in my previous video when I'd first started it, the first whole part was about the bishop, Benvenue. You're meeting him, and he's like this really, like, he's just a really good guy. He is nice to everyone. He would give anybody the clothes off his back. Like, he literally gives all his wages away to the poor. He's like a kind of Robin Hood figure. Like, he goes, like, when like he doesn't have money to give the poor, he goes and gets it off the rich and passes it on to the poor. And the whole first section was about that. And that was about like kind of 90 pages. Maybe a bit less, 70 pages maybe. So at the very end of that bit, so that whole section is just about him, and at the very end, or the very start of the next book, we finally meet a character that I knew, because I've not read this before and I've not seen the film, so I only know like what I know about this from videos of the songs from the film. So we meet Jean Valjean, and he comes into it, and he's just came out of prison, and he is trying to find somewhere to sleep for the night, and he is getting turned out of everywhere. Everyone's treating him horribly. No one will give him a bed. Like, he even goes to try and sleep in a like a hut, and there's a dog in there, and that chases him away. And finally he gets to the bishop's house, and the bishop's obviously like, of course, come in. We're like, he's just a really nice, like, he would just say no to, like, his door's always open. So like, he, like, even though his kind of housekeeper was like, no, like, this guy is a little bit dodgy, like, or like, don't trust him, he's like, no, no, come in, you can stay the night, you can have dinner on my silver dinnerware cutlery. Like, lets him stay. But Jean Valjean, because he is desperate and just out of prison, he can't help but steal the silver. So he runs away in the middle of the night with the silver, gets himself caught, is brought back to the bishop's house, and the bishop is basically like, oh yeah, I gave him the silver, and also, Jean Valjean, you forgot to take the silver candlesticks as well. And he gives them the silver candlesticks, and basically this silverware is literally the only luxury that this bishop has in his house. And that act of kindness from the bishop, where he gets Jean Valjean out of trouble, but not only that, but like, said, you've stole from me, but like, keep it because you need it more than me. And here's the rest of the silver also that you didn't take. And that kind of changes Jean Valjean. So we're left at the end of book 2 with Jean Valjean having this like kind of crisis about, like, because it's been so long since he has experienced any kindness, because he's been in prison for 19 years for stealing one loaf of bread, that he just, like, it just like completely throws him like off, like, and he's having a like a full on like crisis at this point. And we leave John Valjean there, for a bit, and then book 3 we are finally introduced to Fantine. And Fantine is Anne Hathaway's character in the movie. And we meet her, and she's young, she's naive, she's very innocent, and she's in this group with 4 guys, 4 women, and the men are all kind of like perpetual students. And they're all having affairs like with these 4 women. They're all unmarried, and it's a bit scandalous, but like the other 3 women are a bit more experienced in this, like it's not their first affair. But Fantine, it very much is her first affair, and all the women kind of know that like they're just like that these relationships aren't lasting. They will like finish. But Fantine is full on in. She's in love with the guy. And she doesn't understand that maybe it won't last forever. So we're going through book 3, and we're learning a bit about that. And then at the end of book 3, these 4 guys are like, "Oh, we're taking you for a surprise," and the girls are all excited. They go like a trip. They go out for dinner. And then they're like, "Oh, we're away to get your surprise now," and they go off. And an hour later, this kind of butler guy comes in and gives them a letter, and the letter's like, we're leaving, and we need to go back home because our parents want us back, and we need to start acting responsibly. So and they just leave, and that's the surprise, which to me it seems very cruel. But the other 3 women kind of just take this in their stride, and they're just kind of laughing about it because they kind of always knew that they were just almost like playthings. Like they knew that it was just a bit of fun. But Fantine, poor Fantine, she kind of laughs with them at the time, but then the last part of that, part 3, book 3, is that she's actually really upset about this, and that she weeps, and that she is pregnant. So that's where I've left off. Getting more and more interesting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what happens next. Obviously, we know that Fantine's story doesn't go very well, but yeah, I think next in this next chapter is where Fantine meets the Thénardiers, the husband and wife, which is Sacha Baron Cohen and Helena Bonham Carter. And as far as I know, they're not very nice people at all. So yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes. But that is where we're up to on Les Mis.